Welcome back to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier, sponsored by Four Paws Restaurant, the iconic fine dining restaurant in St. Paul, Minnesota, located in that beautiful mansion behind me, built in 1870, beautifully restored, wonderful food, attentive professional service, and an increasingly excellent wine program. Um, well, it's as I said in an earlier podcast episode, sometimes it's really good to be the sommelier. And last night it was really good to be the sommelier at Four Paws because a guest shared a glass of really, really fabulous wine with me. And then later in the evening, the owner of the restaurant shared a glass of another really fabulous wine with me. I thought I would tell you a little bit about these two wines. They're not going to be easy to find, but they're worth searching for. The first, the guest shared a glass of 2013 GD Vajra Barolo Bricco del Viole. So crude Barolo made by a traditional style Barolo producer from a great vintage 2013, 12, all about 12 years old, which is when Barolo of this quality starts to strut its stuff. I decanted it for him. I actually decanted it, poured it back and forth between two decanters several times to help it kind of open up and blossom and become what it was capable of being. I would say it really started to uh, show well after it about an hour later, um, which was perfect because that was just about the time that it was time to drink it. Um, I had my glass about probably close to 3 hours after I did all that um, with our fabulous roast chicken. Um, it's just everything you want from really excellent traditional Barolo. It's young. It has a long life ahead of it. It's it's still very tannic at 12 years old, but you can see how the tannins are going to resolve and become integrated with the fruit and oak component of the wine. It has all the beautiful characteristics of really excellent Barolo, rose petals, road tar, um, this beautiful ruby red color and this incredible perfume, and then that power, that power that's in structure that excellent Barolo has. And honestly, it was just fabulous with the roast chicken. It would have been good with the bolognese. Well, it would have been good with pretty much anything on the menu, but it was fabulous wine. Um, for me, on a scale of 100 to 100, I would say it was at least about a 96 point wine, maybe 96.7 or something like that. Not to be ridiculous, but it is a very, very special wine. And the thing about GD Vajra is their wines aren't as expensive as a lot of the really top Barolo producers' wines are, like Bruno Giacosa and Bartolo Mascarello and Giacomo Conterno, but their wines are extraordinary. This wine was extraordinary. It's worth looking for. And by the way, there's a website called Wine Searcher. You can go on Wine Searcher, type in 2013 GD Vajra Barolo Bricco del Viole, and it'll tell you retailers in whatever area you look in the world, in the United States, in Minnesota, whatever, who might carry that wine and what the price is. And the owner, I opened a bottle of 2005 Pingus, Flor de Pingus, which of course is Ribeiro del Duero, Tempranillo, for the owner, and he gave me a glass of it. I had a really nice dinner last night. I did share both wines with the staff of the restaurant because it's too special to just hog for myself. But think about this 2005 Flor de Pingus. This is the second wine of Pingus. This isn't the first wine of Pingus. It's not Pingus. It's Flor de Pingus, their second wine. 20 years old. 20 years old. It was incredible, fabulous wine. It was young. It was obviously it's 20 years old. It's not young, but it is not fully mature at 20 years old. Imagine what the Pingus would be like from 2005. Now, it's great vintage. It's been stored well. It's beautiful, intense, full-bodied, rich. There's a substantial amount of oak there, but it's integrated with the fruit, and it's not like an oak bomb. It is a very, very powerful, rich, dark, masculine, uh, Beautiful, beautiful wine. 100% Tempranillo from Ribera del Duero, made by a Danish winemaker named Peter Sissek, who is kind of probably the most highly regarded winemaker in Spain today. His wines are incredible. This is a tour de force. It is a very, very, very special wine at 20 years old. And if you can find some, you could drink it tonight or drink it 10 years from now or drink it 20 years from now if you have a cool wine cellar. And it is worth searching it for. And I think, the current release Flor de Pingus is about $110 a bottle, so it's not terribly expensive. I don't know what you would find the 2005 for if you could find any. But again, Wine Searcher will tell you if anybody has some. If they have some, whatever they're selling it for, buy it. It's incredible. The wine's it's staggeringly great. It's, to me, 100-point wine. And by the way, they make another wine called Psi, PSI. Um, it's called that because it's the root, the Tempranillo root, kind of looks like the Greek letter psi, and so that's their third wine, and it's usually about $30. It's worth looking for too. PSI from Pingus. Um, this guy, he makes really great wine. Anyway, 2005 Flor de Pingus. If you can find some, I don't care what it sells for. If you can afford it, buy it. You'll be glad. I promise you. 2013 GD Vajra Barolo Bricco de Viole. If you can find some, if you can afford it, buy it. You'll be glad you did. Both wines are mature or maturing, and both wines have a long life ahead of them. I would serve the Flor de Pingus with roast leg of lamb with lots of garlic and rosemary, and you'll be really glad. It's a fantastic wine. So go looking for them. They're worth looking for. If you find them, if you can afford it, buy a lot. Thanks for tuning in for Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier. And if you think about it, if you're so inclined, you could follow us, tell your friends about our podcast if you're enjoying it, and come by and see me at Four Paws. As I've said before, we have the Wine Spectator Wine of the Year. You can drink the Wine Spectator Wine of the Year at Four Paws tonight, or not tonight, Tuesday night. Well, don't come Tuesday night. I'm not working. Come Wednesday night and have the Wine Spectator Wine of the Year, or you can have the number 3 wine on the Wine Spectator list, because we have the 2021 Dom Melchor and we have the 2021 Tinanello. Both obviously really incredible wines, and we have them in our wine cellar. Come by and see me. Thank you for tuning in for Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier.